In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the two types of mindset. And you might have heard this before, amazing. If you haven't, I'm going to be giving you some different perspectives and reframes. And if you have, hopefully it challenges some of your thinking, thought habits, patterns, and how we can really start to understand and go deeper with our thinking. So there is a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And the reason I'm inspired to do this video is I have been working with a group of students, I do this every year in a secondary school, on their mental health, anxiety, well-being. And they're in year 10s, they're 14, 15. And I was talking to them all about opportunities, all about the fact that you don't have to stick and do what other people want you to do. You don't have to be building a life around other people's perceptions. You don't have to be creating a life built on what other people expect of you. You don't have to have a 9 to 5. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. You know, basically there's no rules. There's no rules. Your potential is infinite when you allow yourself to really believe that and tap into that. One of the girls said, you know, this is all well and good and it sounds great, but some people just don't have those opportunities. Some people don't have that luck. They don't have the resources. They're not surrounded by opportunities. And this is what I said to her, and this is what I want to share with you. There is always a solution. It might not be easy, it might not be simple, but there is always a solution. And here's the thing, if you have a growth mindset, you will think of solutions. You will recognize that things can go wrong, things can not happen the way we want them to, things can create stumbling blocks, detours, challenges, you know, all of these things can happen, but you will always know that there is a solution. There is another solution. There is always an option. And I say this all the time, get comfy. Let's say it was money, you know, I don't have any money, so I can't travel the world. No, absolutely. But there is a solution. If you saved £10 a month, at the end of the year, you'd have £120. That might not be able to buy you a round trip ticket around the world, but it would be able to give you a night's stay somewhere. And that's the start. That's the compounding effect. So there's always a solution. There's always a way. And the growth mindset is all about that. It's all about finding options for us, being exposed to solutions. And like I said, it's not always easy and it's not always simple, but when it comes to entrepreneurship, if your mindset is, but it just won't work for me, I don't have clients, I don't have a big enough following on social media, I don't have money so I can't invest, now's not the right time, it just isn't working for me. There will come a point that we need to change that fixed mindset from focusing on the problem or the restriction to focusing on, well, how can you change that? What needs to change to create a solution? What needs to change to create a different result? What can you do that allows you to find a different option? So this is what I say, if people come to me and they say, you know, now's not the right time, or it's just not gonna work for me, I'm not confident enough, or whatever it might be, I think, well, how could we change it? That's always my question. How could we change it? So it's not always about, yeah, you know, that isn't true. Of course, we have our own challenges and struggles, but there is always a solution. So fixed mindset, we tend to focus on the problem and we tend to stay in a story and stay in a pattern of reasons why we can't do something long term. And what we do there is we validate it. So fixed mindset, we then validate that feeling. It's not gonna work because X, Y, and Z. 6 months time, we're still in that situation. See, I told you it wouldn't work. So it's a lot about focusing on the reasons we can't. Fixed, we're fixed in a situation and we don't believe we can change it. We're fixed in an experience and we don't believe that there is an opportunity to make that different. We're fixed in a situation and that dictates how we act, behave, think, feel, make decisions. Growth mindset. We think about what's possible. We think outside of ourselves. We think about all of the opportunities available. We're solution, resourceful. We're thinking about what I know, this is where I am now, but how can I get here? What could I change? How can I move forward? What are the options? What are the different detours I could take to still get to where I want to go? So if you are in entrepreneurship, or just in life, in relationships, when we are fixed in a situation, when we are fixed in a way of thinking, it can restrict us. And it can be the reason that you hold yourself back. Oh, I'm just not confident enough for that. No, I'll never be able to do that. It won't ever work for me. This has always been the situation, whatever it might be. We end up in that status. We end up in that trap in our thoughts, and we end up validating it through confirmation bias. So it's really important that you start thinking about how can you focus on the solutions? How can you create your own solutions? And if, I say this to my clients all the time, if something isn't working, okay, what else could we change? What could we do differently? What could be the reasons it's not working? What could have held you back to this point? Oh, yeah, good way of thinking. Maybe this, or I could do that. Oh, what about this? And I say, well, what about this? Oh, I didn't think about that. Well, what about that? Oh, yeah, wow, that's a great idea. So sometimes it's about being exposed to different ways of thinking, being exposed to different experiences, being exposed to a growth way of thinking, and therefore a growth way of acting, being, and deciding. So I really want you to start looking in more detail at the language you use. Can't, won't, never, doesn't, maybe, perhaps, could. What language are you using and experiencing with yourself? How are you talking to yourself? What do you focus on? Do you focus on the problem, the restriction, the big boulder that just stands in your way? Or do you focus on the bridge that you can step over, like a hurdle? And you just go, where is your mind taking you? So if I say things like, you can create a business that gives you everything you want and more, what do you think? Do you think, yeah, I believe that? Or really? Oh, I don't think so. Where do you go with that? If I said to you, you can have enough money in the bank to be able to, pay for your family to go on a nice 5-star holiday. I wish. God, that chance would be a fine thing. Where does your mind take you? So start thinking about that. Your mind is a powerful place, and your mind has the capacity to absolutely elevate your business, elevate your life, and elevate the way you experience living. So I want you to start thinking about that. And hang on. I want you to almost start creating your own role play with yourself. So for example, this is the growth mindset. Sam, you can do this. You can create this. Why can't this work for you? Why can't this be an option? Oh my gosh, yeah, why can't I live into this? Fixed mindset, if you find yourself stuck in a situation you don't want to be in. This is never going to work. It's never happened before. I just can't do it. Voice it out loud, and then challenge yourself with the growth mindset. Challenge yourself, challenge your own thoughts. Everything I could challenge you with, and everything I'm putting forward now, everything I'm saying, well, what about this? And could this work? And why can't this work? And woo, everything that I can challenge you, you can do for yourself. So think about that. How can you become your own challenger of your thoughts? How can you challenge your own thoughts? How can you start to create that internal shift? Your growth mindset has the power to elevate your life, elevate your business, and elevate everything you believe for yourself. So I'm hoping that this gives you some food for thought on your language, your decision making, the habits that you stay trapped in, the lifestyle that you are actually living. Are you living a life of opportunity or living a life of restriction and problems? And how do you want your mind to be talking to you and using that activity? There is actually a phrase that we use in coaching that creates that role play. So you could definitely start looking into that and really start challenging your own thinking. So that is what I really want you to be doing. And also challenging the thinking of the people around you. Noticing, are you surrounding yourself with fixed mindset people, but you are a growth mindset? Are you finding yourself surrounded by visionaries, creators, growth mindset, and you're the one holding yourself back in that fixed state? So becoming really mindful of that, mindful of your fixed and your growth, surroundings, people, and yourself, and really having that self-awareness and ability and responsibility to challenge your thinking. And I'm hoping that this really does just start to widen the gaze a little bit on the power of your mind. And as always, you have access, on this training to the business bundle, which supports you with really building a robust business with over 40 resources, masterclasses, scripts, trainings, which is just unbelievable. And the Success School, so the Online Business Success School, which is a self-study program, our signature self-study 12-module program. So you've got access to both of those. If you are ready to expand your business, expand your income, expand your social presence in your community, and really do it in a way that you're not holding yourself back, then yes, you can get both of those and enjoy all of our other freebies as well. But I really can't wait to see you on some more trainings very soon. And I would love for you to let me know what has come up for you from this video, what's come up with some reflections for you around your growth and fixed mindset and the people around you. So your potential is infinite. Your potential is infinite. You can achieve absolutely anything, which is why I created my own necklace. I made my own necklace, which is, I shine brightly, my potential is infinite. And it is. It is. Your potential is infinite. And I'll leave you a link so that you can get your own necklace as well. But your potential is infinite. Yes, it is.